Hey everybody, welcome back. We are doing some acrylic pouring, and this one is a commission piece. I told her I'd get on it this weekend because I had everything and she put the down payment down. So I was like, okay, great. And then I fell yesterday, slipped on some mossy moss in the driveway, and now it hurts to move. So we are not doing the best, but we're going to go ahead and get this started. She saw my 24-inch round beach scene that was up in the gallery, and she asked for one that was smaller and rectangular. So we're doing a 16 by 20. And I showed her a picture of my brother's that was rectangular, and she said, yeah, like that, except rather than half and half, because I had it going about right in here, she wants a third of it sand, but the rest of it water. So that's the plan. I'm not going to bother listing off all the colors. Just know it's a ton of colors, and we'll see how this turns out and kind of go from there. And I forgot to say that this piece will be resined when it's done and approved. I'm out of practice. It wasn't turning out like I wanted, so that's why I did that last part. I'm not entirely happy. I don't have time to do another try tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and let this dry as is. See if I like the colors the way they are. I think one of my sand colors has chunks. Probably the gold if I had to guess. But I'll have to wait and see if those are chunks or not. But I'm hurting too much tonight to fiddle with it any longer. So if the water had done all of this, then I'd be happy with the water part, and I would just have to figure out the sand part. But yeah, we're going to let it dry. We'll ruminate on it and then we'll try again tomorrow night. All right, we are back at it. I decided not to let it dry, so I scraped it last night, and so that's what that is. But we're going to give this another try again. I'm not hurting as bad as I was. Forgive all the glove sounds. I am still hurting though, so hopefully we can get it right this time, because we are on a deadline with this painting. And hopefully my sand doesn't have any clumps this time. I don't know what color was giving me clumps. All right, we're not going to do the white line this time. We're going to do the sand first, then do the white line, then do the water. That was a clean bottle. Oh no, it's not a clean bottle. But hopefully I got all the chunks. I'm going to have to do my sand again because that dark green spurted sideways and it got all through the sand, all through here. Okay, before I go any further, I'm going to let that sit for a minute, see what cells pop up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about the water. It's better than it was last night, but I'm still not sure. It's still not doing exactly what I want. It does have more white than I'd prefer, but at least the cells are doing better. So, acrylic pouring is some of that give and take type of situation. So I'm going to scrape the edges and then I'll bring you all in for a closer look. Hey everybody, welcome back. We are, well, I don't know why I said welcome back. This is a continuation. I ended up going ahead and letting the beach scene dry, and sorry, I'm putting my gloves on at the same time. And I was iffy on how much white there was. I felt there was too much white. And so got her opinion, and she agreed with too much white. And she also wanted it darker, more green, less blue. And so we're gonna do this again, but I decided rather than scraping the one I just did, we're going to do a new canvas, same size, 16 by 20. And so we're gonna see how this goes. And I'm also going to do something a little different. Since I'm getting too much white, I'm going to not put the white foam down first. I'm going to just put it on the palette knife, do my grabs, and then put the foam down, sea foam. And I'm hoping that will lessen how much white is on the painting. And then I'm also going to do just paint and water and see how that swipe looks rather than putting any silicone oil in it. So those are the two things I'm doing differently. We may end up scraping this and doing it yet again, but we shall see. I wanted to go ahead and get the sides covered with some color. So I'm just trying to decide what colors I'm going to use. So let's do, this is still wet, so let's make this the beach side. Mary Ann is one of the kittens that I rescued. Her brother is down here also somewhere playing hide and seek. And then their mom is down here also. I forgot to say that she liked the ratio of sand to water, and I put way too much sand on that side. So hopefully I get it covered up with some water. Okay, now let's mess with the water. Okay, I think you can see it's a much darker palette. So hopefully, and I put a lot more greens in it. So hopefully that will satisfy her. Cross your fingers, everybody. Okay, I do need a little bit of oil in there. Okay, I'm going to leave it turned so I can keep an eye on the sides here. But let's see if we got what we wanted. Nope, we didn't get what we wanted. We got it in spots. Like this one is the best, but the rest of it, it's spotty. I'm going to let it sit for a minute while I rest my feet, and then we'll scrape and try again. I don't need a lot because I don't need to make sure the canvas is covered. I just want to refresh the colors that we had. Part of my problem on this side was that I had pressed too hard on it, and then I had to re-put the edge back on. Actually, before I redo colors, let me try the torch one more time. Okay, didn't change anything. Let's try this again. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to bump y'all. Well, it's getting better, but it's still not what I'm looking for. And I'm getting some kind of brown here. I don't know what that is. I put some pewter in, and I wonder if the pewter is reacting with something. Let's do this again. Scrape just the water off. And this time, I'm trying to think of what I wanted to use. This time, let's use phthalo green as my reactant, my cell activator, my cell additive, I mean. It's not a cell activator. And I'm having to scrape it off because it's too thick at this point. There's too much on there. This is also why I should be charging more than I do, because it's not as easy as it looks, and it takes a lot of paint. Mary Ann is playing with the cat toy, if you can hear that. I don't want to know. The ferals are getting into trouble. So it is the pewter that's giving that color that seems a bit off. Well, I don't like that as much. I like the white better. So let's leave it as is, but do a layer of white. I'm starting to get pissed because I can't get it to do what I want. So I'm going to try this one last thing for tonight. And if it doesn't work, we're scraping it all and we'll try it again tomorrow night. I'm going to scrape it. I can't get it to do what I want, and I don't know if it's because it's like super humid because it rains almost daily here for the last 2 months now. My dehumidifier never shuts off. So yeah, I'm getting frustrated. So I'm going to scrape it. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of this just to show her the difference. And I'm going to let her know that I don't think I can get the same type of pattern that I had on the other 2 pictures. So we'll probably be back so you can watch the disaster some more. All right, part 3. Cross your fingers. Hopefully we do it tonight because my feet are killing me. I don't know if they can do a 4th night in a row. So let's see if we can get some different results. We are thinking, we are going to try it again, this time with thinner paints for the base, because I'm wondering if they're too thick for the white to sink, and that's why I'm getting so frustrated. So that's what we're going to do, thinner paints for the water part. We're going to do the blow part first. As soon as I convince it to let go. Are you all still in view? Yep. Okay. So let's do our sand. It's a little too much brown, but I don't want to erase it either, so okay, I think that'll be okay because white will go over part of that. Oh, already much better. Okay, before torching, I'm just going to swing this around. So that's how crazy sensitive the paints can be. I didn't thin them all that much, but as you can see, it was enough to make a difference. I'm going to let it sit for a minute, and then I'll come back through. That's going down to the canvas there. So that's the problem with doing too thin a paint. Ooh, Those cells got big, didn't they? There's a hair there. Where's my tweezers? I think the hair grew. Got that obvious one out. And let's see if we see anything else. Well, I wasn't going to move it because I was afraid I'd mess it up if I did. But I do need to swing it around. Before I swing it around though, I'm going to touch this up with white after it dries. Because that'll be the easiest thing to do at that time. Alright, let's swing this around. Alright, well, let's bring you guys in for a closer look before I finish up the record that I've got to drop off tomorrow. Not much to look at with the sand. I've got 3 different metallics in there. And so hopefully that'll dry nice and shiny. And then our water, we'll start at the big cells and work our way down. I think I filled in all of the spots that were showing canvas. You can kind of see the purple there. I'm going to have to see how that dries. I think it might have been the olive green, pearl olive green from Arteza. I can't figure out what other color would be doing that. We got some bigger washouts than I had planned, but I've already used so much paint. Hopefully she likes this. Hopefully it's green enough for her. And the white is obviously not as foamy as it was with the other one. So hopefully this is the end of part 3. Hey everybody, this should be the final attempt. As you can see, I scraped the last one. I told you I was going to do that because the explosions were too big. So I've painted the sides and I've talked to the woman I'm doing this for, and she noticed that the sand got really small, and I was like, yeah, the paint was spreading. So we're going to take it back to here again, back to the original location. We're going to do the sand. There's been no problems with the sand other than she wants a little bit more of a curve kind of thing rather than just one curve in the middle. And she liked the colors. I was trying to think of everything. I can't think of everything anymore. You can tell I'm done and so tired. I am going to put a base down on the water part because doing the swipe as is, the oil was going all the way down to the canvas, and we don't want that. So I am going to put a layer underneath, but I'm going to do it after I do the sand, and everything else should be the same. I think that's where I'm at. So let's get to it. I want a little bit more contrast. Oh, I realized a color I forgot to put down. I forgot to put some of the dark brown down. Let's go ahead and do that. It's like, what color can I use? I've got a lot of my sky blue light, which is not one of the top colors. So any bleed through will be fine as far as the contrast will be nice. And it won't look like white canvas. Okay. There are pros and cons, and you're going to have that with these paintings. So let's bring y'all in for a closer look and see what I'm talking about. So we'll start at the sand, and I do have the light on the camera on. It doesn't want to focus though. There we go. So here's the sand part, and she wanted some fluff, but I was also losing sand, so I was trying not to blow it too much up into the sand, but blow it a little bit. Mix that white and the sand together, because that's what happens in Mother Nature, right? And then the cells so far haven't exploded as badly. They are exploding a little bit, but it looks a little more uniform. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to sit down and rest, and then in about an hour take a picture and send it to her. You see, that's what I mean by the cells exploding. They got too big. But it kind of looks nice with the water, because water creates all sorts of different colors and shapes and everything. And you might see a little bit of purple. She was okay with that. I believe it's the pearl olive green mixing with the blue that's causing that. and she actually liked it. I did a video version to her to show her. So if this ends up being the final piece, here's a finished picture with resin. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.